I'm excited about today's event. We have a collective of over 80 people turning up today, both emergency services representatives and community members from across Yarra Ranges municipality to walk a big map.
The big map is just a simple tool. You can bring communities onto it and actually have a discussion about their risks, their threats, actually allow communities to see the bigger picture. What I'm actually doing and what the map is doing is introducing agencies, departments, communities. It's getting you to talk. It's getting you to connect.
This exercise actually is the first of its kind being delivered in Victoria to actually bring community and emergency services together. So we've got local brigades, Emergency Management Victoria, the Assistant Commissioner. We have a number of community representatives from dedicated community emergency management groups, and I'm excited that they're coming together to have this dialogue for today's workshop.
My name's Heath. I'm Chair of Mountain Men. Our group is already building on community building and reducing isolation in the hills, but also creating those really strong networks. So to meet other people here today and to bring some information back to our group.
As you can see, the day is just almost like it's continuing to grow in terms of data information. The map is the one that's growing the info. So everyone's just putting locations, critical infrastructure. It's allowed us now to get to a point where we've had a disaster event and we can now literally have a robust discussion around, okay, this is the problem, this is the issue, how do we now deal with that? Agencies and our stakeholders can literally step forward now and go, well, I'm the lead for that, and this is what we would do in this particular case. All your different community groups, this aligns them and allows them to communicate, connect, but actually start to develop a community action plan.
So today was going to be a bit of a mystery. It was a bit like, okay, there's going to be a map. What is that going to mean for us? And I guess it was hoping to sort of really see on a bigger perspective on how things can unfold and what happens next afterwards. So it was things I hadn't considered and things that the radio station could definitely integrate into their daily practices to help the community.
I feel like my local understanding growing up in the basin, so in the area for such a long period of time, I've been really connected in with the community, and I wanted to be able to share that knowledge and build my knowledge with other people represented here. So again, I can deliver it back to our group, and even just personally that I can be more prepared.
It was really quite eye-opening on mostly the distances and the terrain between the villages in the hills and the amount of infrastructure that is in this area. I was really surprised, like the water, the masts on Mount Dandenong. I was just so amazed at how much is in this area that's essential not only to us but to Melbourne.
I think it's really important for us to see just the sheer size of our area. It's one thing to be sort of living in your bubble, and we live in these beautiful bubbles up here. But then when you see how we are on the macro scale and how those communities can connect to each other and actually to identify how disconnected we are and the work that we need to do to bring them together, I think that really was an eye-opener from a community perspective.
One of our key drivers is community disaster resilience, and we hope that by having this workshop today, we actually drive and strengthen the community disaster resilience that we've actually been working on for the last 10 years. Today's exercise is a step forward in actually assessing the risk municipal-wide and really working with emergency services and community members to be able to highlight where there already are strengths in community disaster resilience, but actually what can we learn from each other to spring forward a bit further for disaster resilience.